Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 13th of May 2024 and truth be told guys, there is not much movement so far as the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market is concerned. Now in the episode that I released on Thursday, I very specifically mentioned guys to keep a track on what is going on in the stablecoin world, and to be honest guys, the volume of stablecoins is not that great, and that is precisely the reason why the prices of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market is pretty much the same. Now what is a bit scary guys is, if you look at the volume, let's say, of DeFi or the 24-hour volume of the cryptocurrency market, it is pretty much the same when the price of Bitcoin was around the $20,000 mark. So we'll definitely go ahead and have an in-depth look at that. Now guys, in today's episode, we are going to be having two news regarding Binance. Now the first news is all the way from Canada, and Canada's FinTrack, that is anti-money laundering agency, they have fined Binance approximately $4.38 million. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. Now look guys, ever since the collapse of FTX, regulations from all around the world, they're definitely aggressively attacking Binance, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. Now there is some positive news guys regarding Binance and also KuCoin, and that is in the country of India. And Binance and KuCoin guys, both have been registered by India's anti-money laundering regulator. So it looks like that is at least positive news. Now it's really important to note guys, that right now in India we have massive elections coming up. Now could it be a political move to go ahead and give the people what they want? And that is one of the reasons why Binance and KuCoin have got this license. I really am not sure to be honest, but we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now look guys, in the world of Bitcoin, there's a lot of developments taking place, isn't it? We have ordinal inscriptions, and we also had runes that did actually kick off when Bitcoin had its halving. Now in today's episode guys, we are going to be talking about stable coins on Bitcoin blockchain. So could it be possible to have stable coins on Bitcoin blockchain? We'll definitely go ahead and have a look at that. And Lightning Labs guys, who are kind of the main developer behind Bitcoin Lightning Network, they have tested a protocol that might possibly allow stable coins on Bitcoin blockchain. Now look guys, having stable coins on Bitcoin blockchain personally I think would be great, because when I look at these numbers guys, most often than not the global cryptocurrency market is dominated by stable coins, isn't it? Now me personally guys, I definitely do not like the ethos of what stablecoin issuers are built on, but when you talk about stablecoins in Bitcoin blockchain, I'm hoping that there might be a lot more transparency, so we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. And guys, in the world of tokenization, we have a really massive news, and the CEO of Franklin Templeton guys, what she's actually saying is that all ETFs and mutual funds will be tokenized. So it's going to be really interesting to see guys what the future of tokenization is. And what I'm going to be doing guys this week, I'm going to be breaking down some technical elements of tokenization. Now in today's episode, I'll go ahead and touch base on what is tokenization, and I'll go ahead and explain guys some of the transformative potential of tokenization in the blockchain context. So let me know guys what are your thoughts are. Now in tomorrow's episode guys, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and break down security token offering, and I'll try to compare it with ICO, that is initial coin offering. And on Wednesdays and Thursdays guys, I'll look at some other technical concept of tokenization. Now if you do have any points or documents that you want to share regarding tokenization, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now towards the end of the episode guys, I'm going to be touching base on some positive news, and that is regarding Apple and OpenAI. And looks like they're having some kind of partnership, and that'll be in the form of ChatGPT, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I'm going to be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now both the news guys are events that I'm conducting on the 6th of June. The first one is guys regarding Metaverse, and it is called as Metaverse, the Hype Reality and New World Order. And in today's episode, I'll go ahead and explain what is it that you can expect at this session. Now look guys, if you want to go ahead and sponsor this session, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. And guys, on the 6th of June, I do have another session called a PESTLER analysis. Now at this point of time guys, I'm pretty much sure you know what PESTLER analysis stands for, isn't it? That is political, economical, social, technological, legal, environmental, and R for religious analysis on Bitcoin. Now you can do PESTLER analysis on artificial intelligence and pretty much anything to be honest, but I'm going to be focusing only on Bitcoin. And once again guys, if you want to go ahead and sponsor the session, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode. Let's kick start with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media Guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Tough Mudder Arabia, guys. They are putting some really iconic events in the Middle East, and there is one final event of the season that takes place on the 20th of April in the iconic location called as Al Marjan in Ras Al Khaimah. And the final event of the season, guys, is not going to be an ordinary event. They're going to be having some really cool obstacles. And so far as Tough Mudder is concerned, guys, they create hardcore obstacle courses designed to test your all-round strength, stamina and mental grit. And with the most innovative courses and millions of participants all around the world, it is the premier challenge series in the world. Now look at Tough Mudder Arabia. They did put out, if not one of the biggest events in the world of obstacle course race, and they did that with the highest prize money in the history of obstacle course race. And what better way to end the series by having one final event on the 20th of April in the iconic location. Now look, guys, one of my goals is to complete 100 Tough Mudder, and I'm very close to getting there. Now if you want to go ahead and sign up for this event, the registration link is in the show notes below. So what are you waiting for, guys? Get your friends, get your family members, get your colleagues. The link to the registration for Tough Muddy Arabia on the 20th of April is in the show notes below. And if you go through the link, guys, there is a cool discount code mentioned in the show notes below as well. So hopefully, guys, I see you at the Tough Muddy event. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, there is no positive movement so far as the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market is concerned. The global cryptocurrency market, guys, is pretty much the same since the last 4 days. Today, it is at $2.26 trillion. Now, since the last 24 hours, though, it is marginally picked up pace by 0.16%. Now, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, guys, this number is something which I absolutely do not like. It is only at $35.29 billion. Now, you need to understand, guys, that I'm recording this podcast in the early hours of Dubai, and it is still technically Sunday in most of the Western countries. But that thing being said, guys, $35 billion on a 24-hour basis is definitely not ideal, isn't it? Because when you talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market, we need to understand, guys, that these markets are open 24/7, 365 days, all throughout the world, isn't it? And $35.29 billion is a ridiculously low volume. And these volumes, guys, were reflected when the price of Bitcoin was around the $20,000 mark. When the spot Bitcoin ETF got approved, guys, the number definitely increased. And on certain days, guys, it was well over the $100 billion mark as well, isn't it? Now, what is really crazy, guys, is since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by almost 18%. As a matter of fact, guys, it is down by 17.91%. Now, if you look at the total volume in DeFi, guys, this is the number I absolutely do not like. Not only is the volume low, guys, it is also accounting for a higher percentage of the total cryptocurrency market volume. The volume on DeFi, guys, is less than $4 billion. It is only at $3.87 billion. And DeFi as of today is accounting for 10.97% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now look, guys, we talk so much about decentralization, isn't it? On weekends, these numbers should actually go higher, because when you talk about decentralization, banks are not working during that time, and there should be more transactions taking place on weekends, isn't it? but having a 24-hour volume of only $3.87 billion, these are ridiculously scary and low numbers, to be honest. And what is a bit scary, guys, is this volume is accounting for almost 11% of the total crypto market volume, isn't it? Definitely not ideal, to be honest. Now, so far as total value locked is concerned, guys, it is staying strong at $90.70 billion, with Lido dominating with $27.54 billion, and decentralized to centralized exchange, guys, dominance is 14.03%. Now look, guys, so far as decentralized exchange is concerned, we have seen a massive shift since the last 24 hours. Now usually, guys, it is Uniswap which is always leading the pack, and most often, guys, Uniswap is leading by a really massive margin, isn't it? But what happened a few weeks ago, United States Security and Exchange Commission, they went ahead and served a Wells notice to the founder and CEO of Uniswap Lab, and because of that, guys, the transaction volume has drastically gone down. And today, guys, if you look at the 24-hour volume, Uniswap is at number 2nd, and the number 1 decentralized exchange, guys, is PancakeSwap, and its volume is $810.77 million. Now, if I'm not mistaken, guys, PancakeSwap works only on Binance BNB chain, isn't it? So we're definitely seeing the impact of Security and Exchange Commission going after any protocol or projects, and them serving a notice to Uniswap Lab is definitely not helping. And I very specifically remember, guys, Uniswap, they went ahead and decided to increase the transaction fees as well. And what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to DeFiLlama.com, and if you look at the volume of Uniswap, guys, since the last 7 days, it is down by well over 30%. These are some of the dangers of regulations getting into decentralized exchanges, isn't it? Now, so far as the volume of PancakeSwap is concerned, guys, it is number 1, and its volume is $810.77 million. Uniswap, guys, on an average given day, the volume used to be well over $1 billion, but today it is down to $732.84 million. Core Finance, guys, is at number 3rd. Its volume is $235.78 million, followed by Orca, and its volume is $192.73 million. And finally, guys, Radium, which I believe works only on Solana blockchain, its volume is at $142.06 million. Now, so far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned, guys, as I mentioned earlier, the volume is ridiculously low. It is only down to $31.88 billion. And stablecoins, guys, are accounting for 87.12% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. These numbers are definitely not ideal, isn't it? Because look, guys, I was really anticipating that the volume of stablecoins would actually go higher, especially over the weekend. That would actually mean that on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, there might be some possibility of an uptick in the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Those were my generalized thoughts, to be honest. Now, so far as the volume of $38.88 billion is concerned, majority of the volume is by Tether USDT, and that accounts for $25.38 billion, followed by FDUSD, guys, and its 24-hour volume is $3.06 billion, followed by Circle's USDC, and its volume is $2.56 billion. Now, if you look at the market cap, guys, Bitcoin's market cap unfortunately has gone down, and right now it is at $1.20 trillion. Ethereum's market cap, guys, is down to $351 billion, and I'm pretty much sure, guys, if you do get any negative news regarding Ethereum spot ETF, the market cap of Ethereum will actually collapse, might actually go below the $300 billion mark as well. And what that will do is, that might actually take down the market cap of Bitcoin as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin's market cap goes below the $1 trillion mark as well. So let's see, guys, if you do get any positive news regarding a spot Ethereum ETF or some negative news. Now, so far as the 24-hour trading volume is concerned, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is only at $13.34 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is down to $5.87 billion. And this is something, guys, which I mentioned earlier as well. These are really terrible numbers, isn't it? These were the numbers we were actually seeing when the price of Bitcoin was around the $20,000 mark. So let's see, guys, how these numbers actually play out over the next coming days and next coming weeks. Now, so far as the dominance of Bitcoin is concerned, Bitcoin's dominance is 53.38%, whereas Ethereum's dominance, guys, is at 15.50%. Now, in today's episode, guys, what I want to do is I want to quickly run through the NFT lifetime earnings, and I've looked at these numbers, guys, a couple of times in the past. Now, look, guys, the number 1 is Yuga Labs, and its lifetime earnings, guys, including royalties, if I'm not mistaken, is $568.03 million. The second one, guys, is Zoki, and its 24-hour volume is $127.41 million. The third one, guys, is We Friends by Gary Vee, and its lifetime earnings is $122.17 million. Clonex Takashi Murakami, guys, it is at number 4th, and its 24-hour volume is $119.06 million. And finally, guys, at number 5th is Proof Collective, and its 24-hour volume is $100.5 million. Now look, guys, let me know what your thoughts are regarding NFTs, because I very specifically remember, guys, when the hype of NFT was extremely high, a lot of them were actually stating that NFT is the future and it is just not a hype. But look, guys, the prices of some of these NFTs have fallen down by well over 90%, isn't it? So let me know, guys, if you're one of the guys who are actually holders of any of these NFTs. It'll be really interesting to get your perspective on this. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, let me go ahead and touch base on tokenization, guys. And I want to go ahead and touch base on few areas, that is asset representation, fractional ownership, liquidity, transparency and security, compliance and regulations, and I also want to talk about interoperability and emerging use cases so far as tokenization is concerned. So let me know, guys, what your thoughts are regarding tokenization, because look, guys, later on in the episode, I'm going to go ahead and discuss the CEO Franklin Templeton. She did actually put out a statement that all ETFs and mutual funds will follow under tokenization. So what I wanted to do is, guys, this particular week, I wanted to go ahead and touch base on some bits and pieces of information regarding tokenization. Because look, guys, when you talk about tokenization in blockchain context, it is really important to understand that in the context of blockchain technology, tokenization refers to the process of converting rights to an asset into a digital token on a blockchain. And this tokenization process, guys, allows for representation of real-world assets such as, let's say, real estate, arts, commodities, or financial instruments as digital tokens that can be traded, transferred, and managed within the blockchain ecosystem. So let me go ahead and touch base on the points that I mentioned, guys. So when you talk about asset representation, guys, tokenization allows for representation of various types of assets on blockchain, including real asset properties, artwork, commodities, stocks, bonds, and even intellectual property rights. And look, guys, Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, he's heavily invested into tokenization. And today, guys, we'll go ahead and discuss Franklin Templeton, CEO, what has she said about tokenization. Now look, guys, so far as tokenization is concerned, each token represents a fraction of ownership or rights to the underlying asset. For example, guys, if a real estate is tokenized, each token might represent ownership of a specific square footage or percentage of the property. And digital tokens, guys, can be created on blockchain platform, typically through the issuance of smart contracts that define the terms and conditions of the tokenized assets. Now, so far as fractional ownership is concerned, guys, tokenization enables fractional ownership of assets, meaning that individuals can purchase and own a fraction of an asset rather than the entire asset itself. And fractional ownership, guys, lowers the barrier to entry for investing in traditionally illiquid or expensive assets such as real estate or fine art, making investment opportunities accessible for a broader range of investors. And investors, guys, can diversify the portfolios by owning fractional shares of multiple assets, thereby spreading risks and potentially increasing returns. Now, so far as liquidity is concerned, guys, by tokenizing assets, liquidity is increased as digital tokens can be traded on blockchain platforms with ease and efficiency, and investors, guys, can buy and sell tokens peer-to-peer without the need for intermediaries, thereby reducing transaction costs and also increasing market efficiency, isn't it? And look, guys, when you talk about being 24/7, tokenized assets can be traded 24/7 on global cryptocurrency exchanges, thereby providing greater liquidity compared to traditional financial market with limited trading hours. Now, so far as transparency and security is concerned, guys, blockchain technology provides transparency and security to the tokenized process, and they do that by recording ownership records and transaction history of a distributed ledger. And each transaction, guys, as you know, is cryptographically secured and recorded in blocks, making it absolutely immutable and tamper-proof. And look, guys, smart contracts can also automate various processes, isn't it, related to, let's say, token issuance, transfers, and distribution of dividends, thereby ensuring trust and eliminating the need for intermediaries. Now, so far as compliance and regulations is concerned, guys, tokenization platforms must adhere to adherence requirements, especially in sectors like securities and real estate, to ensure compliance with relevant laws and regulations. Now, look, guys, I really am not sure how you can go ahead and manage compliance and regulations on, let's say, an open blockchain. That is where permission blockchain kicks in, isn't it? But look, guys, permission blockchain is just another name for software, to be honest. Now, so far as compliance and regulations is concerned, compliance measures such as KYC and AML checks may be integrated into tokenization platform to verify the identity of investors, thereby preventing money laundering and illicit activities. And this is the area, guys, where some notorious characters may try to portray the benefits of permission blockchain. Now look, guys, there is nothing called as permission blockchain. The other word for that is software. Now, keeping Franklin Templeton and BlackRock's future thoughts on tokenization, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if the price of Ethereum definitely pumps up to the moon, because they are heavily invested in tokenization. Or could it be possible that they truly don't understand how blockchain technology works? I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if that is the case as well. Now look, guys, so far as compliance and regulations is concerned, regulatory frameworks for tokenized assets are still evolving at this point of time, and compliance with local and international regulations is essential for legitimacy and long-term viability of tokenization projects. Now, so far as interoperability is concerned, guys, interoperability between different blockchain is crucial for widespread adoption of tokenization. So standards such as, let's say, ERC20 or ERC721 for Ethereum-based tokens or protocols like the ILP or Interledger protocol facilitate the seamless transfer of tokens across different blockchain networks. Now look, as interoperability allows for integration of tokenized assets into various applications and ecosystem, thereby increasing the utility and value proposition. Now, so far as emerging use cases is concerned, guys, tokenization opens up new possibility for asset ownership, investment, and value creation across various industries. Now look, guys, there are different use cases that a lot of people will be talking about so far as tokenization is concerned. They're going to be talking about supply chain management, they're going to be talking about intellectual property rights, and even personal identity management. And guys, in the episode that I released on Thursday, we talked about MicroStrategy. They are going to be launching MicroStrategy's Orange protocol that is more to do with identity verification on the Bitcoin blockchain. And later on, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss there is a possibility of issuing stablecoins on Bitcoin blockchain as well. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Now, so far as tokenization is concerned, the points that I mentioned earlier, guys, collectively illustrate the transformative potential of tokenization in the blockchain context, paving the way for new economic models, distributed ecosystems, and innovative application across industries. Now let me know, guys, what your thoughts are. Now, truth be told, guys, I do envision 2 to 3 years from now, tokenization might just be the new buzzword. So I'm really curious to check, guys, what the institutional and retail interest is, let's say towards Ethereum or even Solana for that matter. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin, guys, since the last 72 hours is pretty much the same. It is right now at $61,368. Now, since the last 24 hours, guys, it is marginally up by 0.45%, but since the last 7 days, it is down by 3.89%. Now, look, guys, so far as the price of Bitcoin is concerned, there are numerous such predictions, and most of them have turned out to be complete failures. And Jack Dorsey, guys, the censorship king and the founder of Twitter and the former CEO, he has made some wild prediction as well. And in an interview with Pirate Wires, guys, he actually states that the price of Bitcoin could actually reach $1 million by 2030 and beyond. I really am not sure if that is possible, to be honest. Now, so far as the price of Ethereum is concerned, guys, it is well below the $3,000 mark. It is at $2,928. Now, for some magic reason, guys, let's say if you get any positive news regarding Spot Ethereum ETF, I wouldn't be surprised if the price of Ethereum pumps up by almost $1,000. These are just wild speculation, to be honest. And so far as the price is concerned, guys, since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 0.02%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by 6.79%. Binance BNB coin, guys, is at $597. And later on, guys, we'll go ahead and discuss 2 news regarding Binance. One is an unfortunate negative news from Canada, and one is a positive news from India. Now, since the last 24 hours, guys, it is marginally up by 0.71%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 0.83%. Now, look, guys, so far as Canada and Binance is concerned, Canada right now has an extreme left-leaning regime as well, isn't it? And Canada's anti-money laundering agency, that is FinTrack, they have found cryptocurrency exchange Binance nearly 6 million Canadian dollars, which is approximately $4.38 million, and they did that to Binance for breaching money laundering and terrorist finance laws, because Binance, guys, failed to register as a foreign money service businesses with FinTrack. Despite multiple deadlines, Binance did not report receiving virtual currency worth 10,000 Canadian dollars, and they did that on more than 5,902 occasions between the 1st of June 2021 and 19th of July 2023. Now look guys, Binance definitely decided to go ahead and cease operations in Canada last year, and I definitely covered that in my Crypto in Coffee 88 podcast as well. Now so far as this news regarding Binance's fee for $4.38 million or 6 million Canadian dollars, Binance has not made any statements. Now so far as this news is concerned guys, it is published by Reuters and the link is in the show notes below. Now guys, let's discuss some positive news, and that is regarding Binance and KuCoin, and they have been registered by India's anti-money laundering regulator, marking a credibility shift for crypto in the nation. Now look guys, right now there's massive elections going on in India, isn't it? Now could it be possible that this is a political move? I really am not sure guys, to be honest. Because look guys, when you talk about India mostly has had a hate relationship than love, isn't it? Now from a political point of view guys, BJP, the leading party, is definitely in favor of Bitcoin, but Congress guys definitely not so much. So I really am curious to check if this political move definitely helps any of the other parties. Now let me go ahead and share more information regarding the approval of this news guys, because Binance and KuCoin have recently achieved registrations from India's anti-money laundering regulator, signaling a notable shift in how the cryptocurrency industry is perceived within the country. Now this registration process guys is significant because both the exchanges were among the 9 offshore entities that were banned in December for allegedly operating illegally. Now, with the registration guys, they have become the first offshore crypto-related entities to be approved by India's Financial Intelligence Unit, also called as IFU, which is the arm of the Finance Ministry. That is Vivek Agrawal, who is the head of Financial Intelligence Unit in India, and he emphasized the importance of this move, stating that it adds credibility to the cryptocurrency ecosystem in India. Now he stressed the need for collaboration between regulatory bodies and crypto industries to ensure compliance with anti-money laundering laws, and Vivek Agrawal has also highlighted that such measures are crucial for safeguarding the Indian economy against the financial crimes. Now so far as KuCoin is concerned guys, they have already paid a fine of $41,000 and they have already resumed the operations. Now so far as Binance is concerned guys, they are still awaiting a penalty determination following a hearing from the FIU. The report suggests that Binance could face a significant fine of roughly around $2 million, because this indicates the seriousness with which the Indian authorities are approaching compliance within the crypto sector. Now beyond Binance and KuCoin guys, other major platforms like Kraken, Gemini and Gate.io are also in negotiations with regulators, while OKX and Bitstamp guys, they are planning to exit the Indian market. Now despite these regulatory challenges guys, India now boasts 48 registered crypto entities under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Now look guys, India's stance on cryptocurrency has been somewhat ambiguous, hasn't it? While it imposed stiff taxes on crypto transactions in 2022 and also faced heavy criticism for pushing for global consensus on crypto policies without enacting in its own legislations, a concrete regulatory framework is yet to be established. Now India guys has kept a crypto bill in cold storage since almost 3 years, with indication that a decision may not be made before mid of 2021. Now regarding this news guys, the Financial Intelligence Unit in India, they've also released a report titled Virtual Digital Asset Service Providers, the road to effective compliance under PMLA. Now so far as this report is concerned, it underscores the regulator's commitment to fostering a regulatory environment that balances innovation with financial system security, and the report guys outlines compliance requirements for virtual asset service providers, emphasizing the need for transparency and reporting suspicious activity. So let's see guys what the fine amount for Binance is. Now Binance is definitely facing quite a lot of news. Most of the news are negative, be it let's say fine or even getting some kind of license approval, isn't it? Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding tokenization. And Jenny Johnson guys, the president and CEO of Franklin Templeton, she had an interview with Bloomberg anchor David Westland. Now look guys, she's a massive advocate of blockchain technology, and in that interview guys, she reiterated her pro-blockchain stance. Now this interview guys was during the 27th annual Milken Institute Global Conference, which was held in California. Now during the interview guys, she talked about how tokenization is changing the way how people invest, and she actually thinks that all ETFs and mutual funds will be on a blockchain. Now the big question guys is, will it be on an open blockchain or permission blockchain? Now listen guys, there is nothing called as permission blockchain. The other name for permission blockchain is software. So look guys, it's really important to note that you truly understand the pillars of open blockchain, and that will give you an idea between open blockchain or permission blockchain. And as I mentioned earlier guys, there is nothing called as permission blockchain. The other word for that is software, and this is why it is so critical to understand what was one of the biggest innovations of Satoshi Nakamoto. He solved the double spending problem. Now in permission blockchain, guys, double spending is possible. So these are things that you need to remember as well. Now listen guys, on the 20th of April, the day the Bitcoin halving took place, I did go ahead and release a standalone episode explaining the Bitcoin white paper. I went ahead and explained what the double spending is and how did Satoshi Nakamoto go ahead and solve the double spending problem. So it's so critical that we truly understand that in permission blockchain double spending is 100% possible. Now guys, let's discuss some interesting development on Bitcoin blockchain. And is it possible to see stablecoins on Bitcoin blockchain? Because Lightning Labs, the developer behind the Bitcoin Lightning Network, they have tested a protocol that allows stablecoins to be issued on Bitcoin blockchain. And the CEO of Lightning Labs, guys, that is Elizabeth Stark, did actually make the announcement that they recently executed a test transaction using the Taproot Asset Protocol on the Lightning Network. Now the goal, guys, is to enable the use of stablecoins and also other assets on Bitcoin blockchain, thereby expanding its use case and attracting more users of the world to digital assets. And Elizabeth Stark did actually say this at the Financial Times Crypto and Digital Asset Summit, and what she actually said that the developer had recently executed a transaction on the Lightning Network. Now if you need more information guys regarding this, it is via Decrypt and it is in the show notes below. Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding Apple. And Apple guys is reportedly finalizing an agreement with OpenAI, and they want to incorporate ChatGPT features into its upcoming iOS 18 software update. Now this news guys is published via Bloomberg. Now what that article states is that along with this, Apple is exploring discussion with Alphabet, that is Google's parent company, to potentially integrate Gemini chatbot. Now look, as artificial intelligence, the use case can be seen quite instantly, isn't it? But so far as cryptocurrency and blockchain is concerned guys, I am not seeing those news, at least not with mainstream media. I haven't seen any news regarding Apple merging anything with cryptocurrencies or even blockchain for that matter. Neither has Samsung as well. And this is precisely what Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, said, isn't it? That the cryptocurrency and blockchain world needs a ChatGPT moment. So let me know guys when we will have this ChatGPT moment. So these were the news guys from cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now both the news guys are related to events that I'm conducting on the 6th of June. So let me go ahead and share what is it that you can expect in these sessions. Now look guys, I tend to do these sessions once every month. Now if you do want to go ahead and get involved, and if you do want to go ahead and sponsor these sessions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now the first session guys takes place on the 6th of June, and it is to do with Metaverse, and the session is called Metaverse, the Hype Reality and New World Order. And the session guys takes place from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Gulf Standard Time. And this session guys is completely free of cost. And what I want to do is guys, I want to educate the people on Metaverse. I want to go ahead and explain what Metaverse is and its impact, the institutions and companies joining on board, and we'll go ahead and discuss expectation versus reality. Now listen guys, unfortunately I hate saying this, over 90% of investors in Metaverse who did heavily invest in Metaverse in 2022 have been in complete losses. So we'll go ahead and give out reasoning as to why that thing has happened, and in that session I'll go ahead and discuss the hardware and software limitations and when is it that we're going to have mainstream adoption of Metaverse. We'll go ahead and look at real life use cases, and we'll talk about New World Order, and will the United States of America have a competitive edge, or will it be a developing country, and what are the steps a country can take in order to be an early adopter in the Metaverse. So listen guys, this session is essentially broken down into three parts: Part A, Part B and Part C. Now in Part A guys, we'll touch base on the history of Metaverse, we'll go ahead and discuss the timeline, we'll also go ahead and discuss what in the hell is Metaverse. Now look guys, just switching current existing systems to Metaverse will not cut it. The Metaverse needs to capture all of these five senses, so we'll go ahead and touch base on that. We'll also go ahead and discuss the hype surrounding Metaverse. Now look guys, ever since Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta, that was when everyone became experts in Metaverse, isn't it? And I used to see so many LinkedIn posts talking about Metaverse being the future. Unfortunately, the hype has definitely died down, and so far as cryptocurrency and blockchain is concerned guys, there were thoughts about Decentraland becoming the next big thing, but unfortunately guys, Decentraland and Sandbox are pretty much dead at this moment. But does this mean it is the end of the project? Not necessarily so. And in Part B guys, we'll definitely go more into this. But so far as Part A is concerned guys, Towards the end of part A, we'll go ahead and touch base on hardware and software that is required in the metaverse. So we're talking about augmented reality, we're talking about mixed reality. Then look guys, one of the goals of Meta is for metaverse to be mainstream at least 7 to 8 years from now. And Mark Zuckerberg, guys, whether you like him or not, he actually envisions that we will be wearing sunglasses or regular glasses that potentially could replace mobile phone. Now imagine guys doing video calling just with your sunglasses. Why would you want to use mobile phones, isn't it? I definitely do feel guys that once metaverse goes mainstream, we most probably will not be requiring mobile phones as well, isn't it? Now look guys, if you're someone early to dismiss it, I want you to check guys, when was the last time you used a compact disc or even a floppy disk? Those are ancient technologies, isn't it? Now with metaverse gaining mainstream adoption, I'm pretty much sure mobile phones will be an ancient thing as well, or even headphones for that matter. Right now we do not have wired earphones as well, isn't it? These are things you need to think about as well. Now in part B guys, which is my favorite one, I'll go ahead and discuss areas where metaverse merges with physical world. I'll go ahead and discuss news and events surrounding metaverse in Dubai and other parts of the world. Now look guys, I hate saying this at this point of time, blockchain technology merging with metaverse is not ideal because you truly need to understand the TPS, that is transaction per second. You truly need to understand the whole blockchain trilemma problem. Now anyone who's advocating for blockchain to be working on metaverse, they outright lying because they want to go ahead and sell you certain things. I very strongly feel guys that a centralized metaverse will do a much better job than a distributed or decentralized metaverse, and that is one of the reasons why guys, if you've actually looked at Decentraland, the user experience is literally going back to 1980s, especially when you talk about metaverse. I very strongly feel guys that the new user experience has to be 10 times better than what you're currently experiencing, or people are just not going to switch. So we'll go ahead and explore in detail, do we require blockchain in the metaverse? We'll go ahead and discuss the limitations of metaverse. And listen guys, I am not a massive fan of central bank digital currency, but when you talk about CBDCs in the metaverse, they make an ideal fit in comparison to, let's say, cryptocurrencies. Because when you talk about CBDCs guys in the metaverse, you require customer service, you require instant transactions, and you also require some customer service as well, isn't it? Which is definitely next to impossible in the Web3 world. We'll also go ahead and discuss in part B guys, what role will NFT play in the metaverse, and can we hire an AI-enabled NFT? Imagine guys an avatar that is connected to ChatGPT 3, ChatGPT 4, that is in the form of an avatar, that is an NFT. That'll be an absolute game changer, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on those things. Now look guys, the potential is absolutely humongous, because by the time metaverse is getting mainstream adoption, we will be having quantum computing, and you never know guys, you might be having Neuralink, which is a new project by Elon Musk as well, isn't it? So it's definitely going to be a really interesting time, just a decade from now. Now on part C guys, we're going to be talking about Dubai Metaverse strategy, and we'll go ahead and discuss the legal governing body so far as Dubai Metaverse strategy is concerned. We also have Dubai Metaverse Assembly, and what role is Dubai playing in the world of Metaverse. Now look guys, one of the visions of Sheikh Hamdan is for Dubai to be the top 10 city in the world so far as Metaverse is concerned. And keeping that thing in mind guys, they did have, if not one of the biggest events in the entire world so far as Metaverse is concerned, and that was at the Museum of the Future. And guys, I do have a standalone episode with Richa Patel, who's the CEO of Meta Decrypt, and she was the one who single-handedly arranged that session, so please feel free to go and check it out. Now listen guys, this session is completely free of cost, and if you do want to go and sponsor this session, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now on the same day guys, I do have a second session called a PESTLER analysis. Now at this point of time guys, you should know that PESTLER analysis is a tool used to gain a macro level picture of an industry or even your products, and the acronym guys stands for political, economical, social, technological, legal, environmental, and religious analysis. So in this session guys, I'm going to be breaking down elements of Bitcoin at the macro level to get a better understanding of its impact and vice versa. So we'll be looking at each area in detail. So far as politics is concerned guys, we'll answer this basic question: is Bitcoin apolitical? Now look guys, Bitcoin started as a movement towards separation of money and the state, isn't it? So we'll go ahead and explore how politics and politicians still have a very strong impact on the trajectory and direction of Bitcoin, and we'll go ahead and look at right-wing politicians and left-wing politicians, what are their views on Bitcoin. And if you're someone from UK guys, We'll go and look at if the Labour Party are in favor of Bitcoin or is it the Conservatives, and what is Dubai and the UAE, what is their political stance on Bitcoin. Now regarding economical factors, guys, we'll go and answer this question: is Bitcoin the biggest global wealth redistribution, and can Bitcoin change the dynamics of money? So we'll go and look at inflation, we'll go and look at exchange rate, and is Bitcoin a safe haven against inflation, and what role will Bitcoin play in terms of unforeseen circumstances such as, let's say, war or nuclear war. Now regarding social factors, guys, we'll go and look at the social implication of Bitcoin and blockchain for generations to come. We'll go and look at Bitcoin's usage in first world countries versus its usage in underdeveloped countries and developing nations, and we'll go and discuss, guys, are millennials the one who are using Bitcoin or is it boomers? Now regarding technological factors, guys, we'll go and talk about the user experience of Bitcoin. We'll go and touch base on the different forks of Bitcoin. Now look, guys, Bitcoin recently had Taproot as no signature. Because of that, we have ordinal inscriptions, we have runes, and you never know, guys, we might just have stable coins in the Bitcoin blockchain as well as in it, because that is what we talked about in today's episode. And I'll also go and touch base on economies of scale for setting up mining operations so far as Bitcoin is concerned. Now look, guys, so far as technological factors is concerned, you don't need to be a technical expert or guru. I'll go ahead and explain it at a very basic and understanding level. Now so far as legal factors is concerned, we'll ask this simple question, guys: is Bitcoin legal? And where does governance and regulations fit in so far as Bitcoin is concerned? And what is it that governments can do to go ahead and support innovation and Bitcoin adoption? Now regarding environmental factors is concerned, guys, we'll talk about this whole ESG notion, and we'll touch base on Bitcoin's mining energy consumption. We'll go ahead and look at the past, the current and the future state of environmental impact on Bitcoin and vice versa. Now finally, guys, regarding religious factors, we'll go and touch base as Bitcoin Sharia compliant, and what are the commonalities between Bitcoin and religion, and how is Bitcoin seen in the Middle East, and quite a lot more. Now look, guys, if you want to go and sponsor this session, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now you can sign up for both these sessions, guys, via eventbrite.com, or just drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. So those were the news, guys, on cryptocurrency and blockchain world. In case if you do have any feedback or suggestion, mention them in the comments below. And guys, if you like listening to the episode, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Raj who asks, do you think having so many things on Bitcoin defeats the whole purpose of it being a sound money? You have ordinals, you have runes, and now you have stable coins. Does it actually defeat the whole purpose of Bitcoin deemed as a sound money? This, to be honest, Raj, is such a beautiful question. Now look, I go back to as to why Bitcoin was created. Bitcoin was kind of created as a separation between money and the state, isn't it? Now at this point of time, Raj, I hate saying this, but the role of the state has been replaced by tech companies, multi-billion-dollar companies and trillion-dollar companies like BlackRock and even MicroStrategy. They are the ones who have got an acquired truckload of Bitcoin, isn't it? Now so far centralization or accumulation of Bitcoin is concerned, it is in the hand of selected few. So look, as much as I hate saying this, I think Satoshi Nakamoto's vision has already failed. Now regarding sound money principles, you need to understand what Austrian economics stand for. Now Bitcoin definitely aligns with Austrian economics. Now according to me, Raj, Bitcoin is still the purest form of money, but because it is the purest form of money, does not make it uncorruptible to greed. And this is what I always say: Satoshi Nakamoto might have solved the double spending problem, but he could not solve human greed. Game theory and the limited supply of Bitcoin makes it extremely difficult to go against all human greed, isn't it? And today I talked about Jack Dorsey. he made a wild prediction of the price of Bitcoin reaching $1 million. The only reason why, Raj, people talk about price prediction is because they want to go out and create the demand for Bitcoin. At this point of time, I'm pretty much sure everyone knows that Bitcoin supply is capped and there is no way we can go out and increase the Bitcoin supply. So what a lot of them are doing is they are highlighting only the positive and benefits of Bitcoin. Now there are so many negatives of Bitcoin as well. Now keeping all these things in mind, to answer your question, can we go out and build a lot of things? I think so, yes. Because look, Raj, Bitcoin did go out and implement a couple of changes. They changed the ECDSA, that is Elective Curve Digital Hashing Algorithm, and now Bitcoin is using Taproot and Snort Signature. Now with Taproot and Snort Signature, you are able to go out and do smart contracts, and that just builds room for, let's say, ordinal inscriptions and even runes. Now if Taproot and Snort Signature was not implemented, then you could not have built all these things. Now you also need to understand, Raj, that you also have Lightning Network and Liquid Network, so there are loads of things that you can go out and build, and I do feel that you can definitely go out and build it. Does it take away from Bitcoin as a sound money? Now I hate saying this, that Bitcoin is definitely not sound money, because the accumulation is already in centralized people, in just a handful of few people and few entities, in my opinion. Keeping all these things in mind, I don't think so Bitcoin is sound money. Maybe if we go out and create a fork of Bitcoin, maybe have Bitcoin 2.0 and start it all over once again with all of these things implemented. And I also feel that Bitcoin's mining energy consumption is way too high. Maybe we can have a cap on Bitcoin mining. Whoever reaches the cap on Bitcoin mining, I'm talking about the electricity consumed, they can go out and get those Bitcoin, and then the additional energy consumption, maybe that can be utilized for something more beneficial. Those are my honest thoughts. But to answer your question, no, I do think that we do have the right to go out and build these things. And according to me, Raj, Bitcoin unfortunately is no longer sound money. The whole vision of Satoshi Nakamoto has been broken. And as I hate saying this, the role of the state has been replaced by trillion-dollar companies, even celebrities and influencers. Those are my honest opinion, to be honest, but definitely an interesting question. And that's about all, guys, on the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestion, mention them in the comments below. And guys, if you like listening to the episode, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. And guys, also go to my website www.blockchaindxb.com. And guys, if you have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com or mention them in the comments below. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And how the series of episodes on the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and even artificial intelligence world. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.